Beloved, hear this in the silence of your soul, for the heavens are opening and the gates of eternity are trembling with urgency. God says there are only 2 minutes left before something unimaginable breaks into your life, and Archangel Michael has been sent to cry out your name with divine thunder. He is not whispering softly this time, he is shouting, commanding, warning, and embracing you all at once. The angels have gathered, wings unfolded, watching you with eyes full of fire and compassion, because this message is not like the others. It is time-sensitive, it is prophetic, and it carries a destiny-shaking weight upon your heart. Michael is saying, only 2 minutes stand between you and the biggest miracle you have ever known. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Do not scroll past this moment as if it were another fleeting word. Heaven has measured the time and your window is now. God says, beloved, that you have been waiting for answers, fighting invisible battles, holding tears deep inside where no one sees. You have been through storms that nearly drowned you, betrayals that cut through your spirit, nights so long you wondered if dawn would ever come. But heaven has decided this exact moment to mark the end of delay. Everything that was hidden is about to be revealed, everything that was stolen is about to be returned, and everything that was denied is about to be poured upon you like a rushing river. Can you hear the sound? The angelic trumpet is vibrating in the unseen realm, and Michael himself is blowing upon it, announcing to every force of darkness that your season has changed. The demons that tried to whisper lies to you are trembling, because the decree from God's throne is unstoppable. 2 minutes in heaven's time is not like 2 minutes on a clock. It is the breath before transformation, the inhale before an explosion of light. God says, beloved, I am making you see now that the unexpected miracle you thought was far away is standing at your door. Open quickly, for my angels are delivering what you prayed for with tears. Archangel Michael is pacing, his sword of fire glowing, his armor reflecting the glory of God's throne. He has been waiting for this assignment, holding back for months, even years, because the timing of heaven had to align perfectly with the suffering you endured and the prayers you cried out. And now the alignment is exact. You will see doors open that no man can shut. You will hear news that will make your knees weak with joy. You will witness a shift so dramatic that people who once laughed at you will be silenced by awe. But God says, the danger is this: if you treat this lightly, if you ignore the tugging of heaven, if you let your distractions steal these 2 minutes, you may miss the very miracle prepared for you. This is why Michael is urgent, why he is shouting, why his voice carries a trembling sorrow and a burning love. He does not want you to overlook this moment. Beloved, remember the times when you almost gave up but something inside pushed you forward? That something was not chance, it was Michael, whispering strength into your soul. Remember the times when an unseen hand pulled you away from disaster? That was heaven intervening. And now heaven is not simply intervening, it is celebrating. Your name is echoing through the halls of eternity. The seraphim are singing. God Himself is smiling upon you, saying, "You are chosen for this hour." Something unexpected is about to unfold. It could be a letter, a message, a knock at the door, a voice on the phone, an opportunity that seems impossible. It could be an inheritance you never knew existed, a love you thought lost forever, a healing that doctors said would never come, or a release from chains that bound your family for generations. Whatever it is, it will arrive suddenly, shockingly, undeniably, because it carries the fingerprint of God. Michael is saying, "Stand still, beloved. Look up. Listen." 2 minutes is almost gone, and the miracle is rushing toward you like a flood. And God says, "Do not fear. Even if the world shakes, you are safe. Even if others fall, you will rise. Even if storms roar, I will shield you." The angels are shouting your name, clapping their wings, preparing the celebration that is about to be revealed on earth. Your tears have been recorded in heaven's book. Your prayers have been sealed as incense before the throne. Your sacrifices, the things you gave up when no one noticed, have been honored. And now the repayment comes, multiplied beyond measure. God says, "Beloved, prepare your heart, for I am about to astonish you." The unexpected will knock, and when it does, open quickly, for it will not wait long. Michael is crying, not because of sadness, but because of the overwhelming love he feels for you. He has guarded you through nights when death tried to touch you. He has shielded you from accidents you never even saw. He has fought invisible wars so you could be here, reading this exact message, at this exact moment. And now He is telling you, this is the reason. This is the moment. Don't miss it. Beloved, heaven is unfolding before you. Every chain is breaking, every lie is being burned away, every delay is collapsing under the weight of God's power. Your miracle is bigger than money, bigger than fame, bigger than anything you have imagined. It is the very proof that God is alive, that He has heard you, that He has not abandoned you. 2 minutes. That is all. Heaven has announced it. Michael has confirmed it. God has sealed it. Beloved, let your spirit open. Let your heart receive. Do not look away. Do not doubt. This is your divine appointment, your hour of visitation, your miracle moment. Now it begins. Beloved soul, in this very moment, heaven opens wide above you, and a voice stronger than storms yet gentler than a whisper falls upon your spirit. God says, "Only 2 minutes remain," and Archangel Michael is standing before you, shouting with urgency, holding a sword of light that burns brighter than suns. He is not speaking to the world. He is speaking only to you. He says something is about to unfold that will shatter your doubts, lift your burdens, and reveal what heaven has been hiding until this hour. You must listen carefully, for if you turn away, You will cry bitterly later when you realize that you missed the very miracle that your tears, prayers, and pain have been calling forth for years. God says, "You have waited, you have suffered in silence, you have thought no one saw the nights you cried alone, the times you walked with your head bowed, believing that everyone else was moving forward while you remained trapped. But now, in the span of only 2 minutes, an unexpected divine event is set to erupt in your life, changing everything you thought was final, rewriting every script the enemy wrote against you, and setting you upon a new path so radiant that even your enemies will tremble in awe." Archangel Michael says, "I am crying out with my whole being because this moment is not ordinary. This is the moment that heaven chose long before you were born, the moment written into the divine calendar, hidden in sealed books, guarded by angels until the appointed time. That appointed time is now." God says, "You are standing on the edge of a destiny that is about to sweep you like a flood into miracles you cannot even imagine. And yet, the danger is this: if you treat this as casual, if you shrug your shoulders and walk away, the gates that are opening could close before you ever step through. That is why Michael says, open this now. Do not delay, for the window is smaller than you think." Beloved, there are secrets you were never told, mysteries that heaven kept hidden until your heart was ready to bear them. There are blessings with your name inscribed upon them, blessings that the enemy tried to steal, delay, or bury in the earth. But nothing buried by human hands can remain hidden when God decides to expose it. Nothing stolen can remain in the hands of thieves when heaven commands restoration. God says, "The biggest miracle is not something far away, not something vague or abstract, but something direct, personal, and prepared for you alone." Michael says, "I see your name shining in fire upon heavenly scrolls. I see your face glowing in the halls of eternity where angels gather. You have no idea how many times heaven intervened for you when darkness wanted to destroy you completely. You have no idea how often Michael himself has stood guard over your bed while you slept, fighting battles you never even knew existed. He has wept over your silence when you doubted yourself, and he has rejoiced when you whispered prayers you thought went unheard. But today, Michael does not whisper. He cries out. He says, you cannot ignore this message. If you turn away, you will regret it deeply, because something massive is being placed in your hands. God says, the enemy wanted you broken, forgotten, and empty. But I wanted you whole, remembered, and overflowing. That is why this hour is not like any other. That is why heaven is trembling with anticipation. There are doors that were locked against you for years. There were people who said you would never rise, never heal, never succeed, never know joy. But God says, I am proving them wrong in the most dramatic way possible. The miracle is not simply that you will be blessed. The miracle is that I will prepare a table before you in the presence of those who mocked you, and I will anoint your head so that your cup runs over until you cannot contain it. Beloved, in 2 minutes, heaven's decree will manifest. Archangel Michael says, "You are not reading this by accident. You are not here by chance. This is divine timing, an alignment written in eternity. Something unexpected is about to unfold, and when it does, you will remember this moment and know that God never abandoned you, not even once." Michael is warning you, your spirit is at a crossroads. If you embrace this message, miracles will pour into your life like rivers after a storm. If you turn away, you will cry tears of regret because you ignored the cry of heaven. This is why he shouts, "Open immediately." Time is running. Heaven does not repeat moments like this twice. God says, "I am sending a breakthrough so sudden, so massive, that even the shadows that stalked you will vanish instantly. The sickness that lingered in your body, the financial weight that crushed your shoulders, the betrayal that tore your heart, all of it will be consumed by the fire of this miracle." You thought the story was ending, but the author of your life has just turned the page to a new chapter so bright you will wonder if you are dreaming. Beloved, this miracle will not just touch your life. It will overflow to your family, your household, your descendants. Doors you thought were closed forever will suddenly swing wide. Calls you never expected will come. Letters with your name written on them will arrive, carrying news that will shock you. People who left you will return in shame, asking for forgiveness. God says, "I am moving heaven and earth to restore you because you are mine, and I will not allow my child to be humiliated any longer." Michael says, "I am standing guard over this moment, fighting with all my strength to ensure you do not miss it. But you must listen. You must not delay. The heavens are roaring, and time is slipping away. Only 2 minutes remain before the gates swing open and the miracle rushes in. Open immediately, for if you close your heart, if you hesitate, the flood will pass and you will wonder why nothing changed. But if you open your spirit now, the light will enter and everything will shift at once." God says, "You are chosen. You are marked. You are not forgotten. Every prayer, every tear, every cry has reached me, and I have answered in this very moment. A miracle unlike any you have ever known is unfolding right now. Believe, open your spirit, and step into it." And as the seconds fall away, Michael shouts once more, 2 minutes left. The miracle is waiting. Something unexpected is about to unfold. Do not ignore this. Open now, for this message is not just words, it is the doorway into your destiny. God says, 2 minutes are left, beloved soul, and Archangel Michael is speaking with such urgency that even the heavens tremble with the weight of what is about to happen in your life. Do not ignore this, for something is shifting in the unseen realms, something that has been hidden from your eyes but never hidden from the watchful gaze of God. The angels are shouting, the trumpets are sounding in quiet whispers across the sky, and a miracle of unimaginable size is aligning itself with your name written upon it. 2 minutes may sound small in earthly time, but in heavenly measure, these 2 minutes carry the weight of eternity, because within this short window, the heavens have chosen to release a divine turning point that will never be repeated again in the same way. Archangel Michael is kneeling near you, holding the sword of light, his voice echoing in your spirit. Prepare yourself, beloved, because the miracle you prayed for, the miracle you wept for, the miracle you thought was denied, God says it is about to be revealed. But you must listen, you must receive, you must not walk away. The enemy thought he could blindfold you, confuse you, and make you dismiss this moment as nothing more than ordinary words, but the Spirit of the Lord says, this is not ordinary, this is not casual, this is not a message that can be left unopened. 2 minutes left before the clock of heaven strikes a moment of divine release. Your name is written on scrolls of destiny that angels are carrying, and they are standing in line, waiting to hand you what has been promised. They are trembling because heaven rarely bends time like this. Archangel Michael himself rarely descends with such thunderous urgency, but this time it is for you. God is saying, I have watched you when no one else was watching. I have seen the tears that fell upon your pillow. I have heard the prayers you whispered when you thought no one heard you. I have watched your battles, your silent wars, your hidden scars, and now, my child, I say to you, the biggest miracle of your life is no longer delayed. Michael cries out again, only 2 minutes left, and as his words echo, you can feel the atmosphere shift around you. It is as though the air itself knows something is coming. Your spirit knows it too. The unexpected is about to unfold. What you thought was lost forever is about to be returned. What you thought was broken beyond repair is about to be mended by the hand of the Almighty. God says this is not about luck, this is not about chance, this is about destiny finally catching up with you. In these final 2 minutes of spiritual alignment, every prayer you prayed is being gathered into a bowl of incense before the throne of God. The angels are tipping that bowl, and the fragrance of your cries is rising before Him. He says, Beloved, do you not see? I never forgot you. I never turned away from you. I never abandoned you. I was silent because I was working behind the veil. And now, the veil is tearing open, and what was hidden shall be revealed. Archangel Michael says, prepare yourself for unexpected news, prepare yourself for doors opening, prepare yourself for the weight of blessings that you cannot even carry alone. God is sending help. God is sending restoration, God is sending confirmation. But you must not close your heart now. Do you understand, beloved? This is not a coincidence. You were meant to read these words at this very moment, because the 2-minute countdown has already begun. Heaven has measured the hour. The enemy is panicking because he knows he cannot stop this anymore. The chains he used to bind you are falling apart. The shadows he cast around you are dissolving. The lies he whispered into your ears are being exposed. The Spirit of truth is arriving, and when truth comes, deception flees. God says, I am lifting you up. I am raising your name higher than the slander that was spoken against you. I am exposing those who worked in darkness against you. I am bringing into light the things that were hidden. Do not fear what is about to be shown, for it is part of your freedom. The storm that has surrounded you is breaking open, and sunlight is pouring through. The grave you thought was your end is about to become the stage for your resurrection. Michael's sword flashes. He points it directly into your atmosphere, cutting open realms of blessing that were locked. You are not forgotten, he declares. You are chosen. You are covered. You are rising. 2 minutes. That is all. Yet within these minutes, an eternal door is opening. Beloved, the reason your spirit feels restless is because something is being delivered into your life. There are letters written in heaven with your name upon them. There are treasures that were buried under enemy hands that God Himself is digging out and placing in your path. There are people who will call you with news you never expected. There are breakthroughs forming even as you read. God says, the reason it has been so hard is because the blessing I am releasing is so great. The resistance has been strong because the miracle is mighty. Do not think I abandoned you in the battle. I was strengthening you for the victory. You prayed for strength, and I gave you trials to make you unshakable. You prayed for blessings, and I allowed delays so the blessing would multiply. You prayed for open doors, and I closed some so you would not walk into traps. Everything I did was for you, and now you will see why I did it. Michael cries again, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Beloved soul, listen with your heart. Do not dismiss this. Every moment matters now. The unexpected miracle is not small, it is life-altering, it is foundation-shifting, it is legacy-changing. It is not just about you, it is about generations after you. The decision you make to believe, to trust, to receive in these 2 minutes will echo into eternity. Heaven is waiting. Angels are watching. Demons are trembling. And God Himself is smiling because finally, the time of delay is over. The message is this: open your heart now, because 2 minutes left means the miracle is at the door. The knock you feared would never come is about to sound. The phone call you thought would never arrive is already on its way. The person you thought would never confess is about to speak. The opportunity you thought was buried is about to rise. The inheritance you thought was lost is about to be placed in your hand. The health you thought was gone is about to return. The love you thought was dead is about to breathe again. God says, you were right to hold on. You were right to pray. You were right to believe, even when everything screamed against you. I saw you. I counted every tear. I recorded every cry. And I promised myself that I would reward your faith. Now, the reward comes. Archangel Michael says, 2 minutes left. Open this immediately, because the biggest miracle is standing outside your door. Beloved, breathe. You are about to step into something that will leave you speechless. Heaven is about to rewrite your story. The last chapter was pain, but the new chapter is glory. The last season was loss, but the new season is abundance. The last time was rejection, but the new time is acceptance. God is changing everything in a single divine moment. 2 minutes. That is all. But in those 2 minutes, eternity bends toward you, and the miracle you thought was impossible becomes reality. Beloved soul, God says there are moments in your life that carry a vibration so intense, so urgent, that the very atmosphere around you begins to shift when His word is spoken, and this is one of those moments. 2 minutes is all that stands. Hear this plainly. Miracles are not always instantaneous fireworks. They are often tender, cumulative shifts that lead to lasting transformation. You are being invited into a season of steady realignment where God sets right what pain and injustice have bent. This will look different for everyone, for some a sudden financial change, for others a healed relationship, for others a renewed sense of purpose. Whatever form it takes, it will be good. It will be fitting. It will carry the signature of God's love, patient, tender, wise. Finally, remind your heart of this: you are beloved beyond measure. You are not an afterthought or a mistake. The divine watches you with a gaze that steadies and delights. Archangel Michael is with you to clear the way, to stand guard, and to help you carry what must be carried. In the quiet seconds after you read this, take 3 breaths and say simply, I am ready. Then, take whatever small step comes next: a prayer, a call, a pause, a kind word to yourself. That small step is your part in the unfolding. This moment is consecrated. 2 minutes is enough to change the tone of your day and begin the work of rewriting your story toward what is true and good. Trust the process. Trust the one who loves you more than you can imagine. Expect help. Receive it with open hands. Walk gently, proceed with faith, and keep your eyes open for the soft, certain signs of merciful change. 2 minutes left. Archangel Michael says, a biggest miracle will happen as soon as you listen to this message. Something unexpected is about to unfold. Open immediately. Listen closely. Breathe in. Let your shoulders drop just a little, and allow your heart to widen enough to receive what is coming. I know your life is busy, that the world keeps pulling you in a dozen directions, that doubt sometimes sits heavy on your chest like a worn blanket. But right now, in this precise moment, the heavens have tuned a frequency directly for you. The air around you is charged. The silence you feared was empty is not empty at all, it is full of preparation. God is saying you are not alone. God is saying, I see you. I know the small, private places where you feel unseen. I know the prayers that come out of your mouth at 3 in the morning. I know the things you try to hide even from yourself. Rest. Trust. Receive. There is an urgency to this message because some doors are about to open and some chains are about to break, and your attention matters. Archangel Michael stands before you like a guardian of light, sword lowered not in violence but as a staff of authority that clears the path. Michael is not there to frighten you, he is there to reassure you. He says, this is for you. Do not close your hands now. Feel the reassurance settle into you as if a warm hand rests briefly on your shoulder. That warmth is a promise, not of a life without difficulty, but of presence. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. There are seasons in life where everything shifts almost imperceptibly and then, in a single breath, everything becomes different. Consider this moment a pivot point. The miracle that approaches is not always what imagination first conjures. Sometimes miracles are tender rearrangements rather than thunderclaps, a door opening, a hand extended, a truth revealed, a burden lifted, a message arriving when you needed it most. But other times, other times the miracle is unmistakable in its magnitude, money that seems to arrive from nowhere, a reconciliation that stitches a broken family, a health report that changes the script, an opportunity that knocks when every other road has closed. Whatever form it chooses, the miracle carries the fingerprint of God, purposeful, precise, and profoundly personal. You might be tempted to ask, why me, or am I worthy? Listen, worthiness is not the currency here. The divine does not measure you by a ledger of deeds before offering mercy, grace, or intervention. The measure is love. God's love reaches where your efforts fall short and fills where your hope has been hollowed out. Archangel Michael stands as an emissary of that love, urging you to open, not because you have earned it entirely, but because the divine heart inclines toward you now. Accept this as truth: you are loved beyond the scale of your mistakes, beyond the reach of your fears. If your heart is heavy with regret, begin with a single honest breath and a simple admission: I need you, God. That is prayer. That is the key. You do not have to have all the words or the perfect posture. A whisper is sufficient. God, who hears the sparrow fall, hears your whisper. If there is a name you have not said, a memory that clings like shadow, or a person you cannot forgive, present them gently into the light of prayer. Let Michael stand between you and the darkness that wants to keep these things locked away. See his wings unfurl like a promise: protection, clarity, courage. Right now, imagine a small lantern in front of you. It is your attention. For too long you may have allowed worry to carry that lantern away. You chased it into shops that sell fear, you loaned it to people who dimmed it, you set it on a table and forgot it. Michael says, pick it up. Hold it steady. Shine that light on the corners of your life that have been hiding in shame or secrecy. Not to punish, but to redeem. The light will not consume everything. It will only reveal what needs healing. Where you see brokenness, allow compassion to rise. Where you see fear, call for courage. Where you see confusion, ask for clarity. God will meet each request with more tenderness and decisive care than you can imagine. There are practical steps you can take right now to align with this opening. First, make space. Physically, mentally, spiritually, clear a small space so the miracle can land. Turn off a device for 5 minutes, sit still, and breathe. Second, speak aloud a short prayer. God, I open my life to you. Send what I need, and help me receive it with a grateful heart. Third, write one thing on a piece of paper, one dream, one need, one name. Fold it and place it somewhere sacred, your bedside, your Bible, a drawer. This act is a tiny altar of intention. It tells the universe you are ready. These are not magic rituals, they are declarations that prepare your heart to notice and steward what is coming. Do not be surprised if the miracle arrives in a form you did not expect. Often God's provision is wiser than human imagination. You might pray for wealth and receive a restored relationship that yields unexpected opportunities. You might ask for healing and be given a new doctor, or a new perspective, or a quiet that carries restoration. Keep your hands open. The more you clutch what you think you need, the more likely you are to miss what is actually being offered. There are people in your life who have not been kind, who have wounded you, who have profited by your silence. Forgiveness does not mean you forget or that you allow harm to continue. Forgiveness is a weight lifted from your own shoulders, a release that frees your energy to receive blessing. Michael stands as a strong presence beside you as you take this step. He says, "You have the strength to forgive. Not for their sake only, but for yours." Forgiveness is not a one-time event, sometimes it is a process, attending, like a garden. Water it with prayer and sunlight, watch what new life grows. If you are struggling with doubt, consider the small histories of provision you have already lived. There have been nights when you feared for morning and morning came. There were dead ends that redirected you into better paths. Remembering how God has shown up before builds a bridge for faith now. Michael urges you to review those witness marks and let them bolster your courage. Tie your present moment to those past mercies. God also wants to rearrange your inner life so you can steward the miracle wisely. Wealth without wisdom becomes a liability. A restored relationship without boundaries becomes vulnerable again. So prepare not just to receive, but to steward. Ask for wisdom, discernment, and the humility to listen. Listen closely. This message is for you, only you, and it carries a hush and a roar at the same time. Take a deep breath and settle your heart. There is nothing accidental about the timing of this moment. In the sacred hush that lives between your next inhale and your next exhale, something holy and tender is leaning close to your ear. Archangel Michael stands near, his presence steady and certain, and he says, 2 minutes remain in which a shift can begin. Not everything will change in 2 minutes, but in 2 minutes a door will open that has been waiting for you your whole life. Do not treat this like a tidy promise you can put in your pocket and forget. This is a summons to wake up to what God has already been arranging on your behalf. You have been walking with a weight you were never meant to carry alone. For too long you thought you were the architect of every outcome, the guardian of every possibility. That burden is not your true assignment. God says, rest. God says, let me. God says, I am with you now. The miracle that is coming is not merely about relief from pain, though relief will come. It is a rearrangement of how you see yourself, how you are seen, and how your next days are permitted to unfold. Archangel Michael's voice is not loud to scare you. It is clear to guide you. He is a warrior not of harshness but of protection, a defender who stands at the threshold and clears it. He says, do not be afraid to receive. Soften your palms. Relax your shoulders. Wherever there is stiffness or resistance inside you, imagine Michael's hand there, warm and luminous, smoothing what has been clenched. He will not take anything from you that you need to keep. He will only remove the false burdens, the fears that have held you hostage to smallness. There are signs. They will be small, ordinary things that feel like mercy when you notice them. A phone call from someone who brings clarity instead of confusion. A message that arrives at the precise second your heart needed confirmation. An unexpected help, a person who steps out of nowhere to speak a true word, or money that appears with no explanation but perfect timing. Maybe you will see